What up, y'all? On today's episode, I'm gonna be talking about new albums from Eminem, N.E.R.D, Jeezy, and also the I'm Not Racist song by Joyner Lucas, and Joe Budden leaving Everyday Struggle. Are y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have
Yeah, what up, everybody? It's your boy Bright here, and I'm back for another episode. If this is your first time on my channel, please go ahead and click that like button right there if you're on a computer. If you're on the phone, the like button is right there. Share this video and subscribe to my channel, okay? On this channel, I talk all things music and entertainment while always keeping things positive and always finding the bright side of everything, alright? Cool. Okay, y'all, so mad albums dropped this past Friday. It was a big week for hip-hop. Eminem dropped, N.E.R.D dropped, or N.E.R.D dropped, and both of the Jeezy and G-Eazy, both of them dropped their albums this week. Yeah, so December 15th was a big week for hip-hop. I just want to talk about some of these releases. Alright, so starting off with Eminem and N.E.R.D, I want to talk about those two guys, or those two albums first, because it's interesting to me how Eminem is going to have the #1 album in the country this week, and N.E.R.D straight flopped. Like, they didn't sell nothing. I think they sold like under like 20,000 copies, I think, which in this generation, I mean, in this day and age, is kind of a flop, especially for a group like N.E.R.D. Well, I don't know. That's questionable. But at the end of the day, Eminem is about to have the #1 album, and N.E.R.D is about to flop, which is crazy to me because Eminem released probably one of the worst albums all year. Like, I'm shocked by how bad Eminem's album was. Listen, a lot of people were feeling it, but when Walk on Water came out, I was like, I love Eminem and I love Beyonce. And this track is really talking about, like, the theme of this track is dope, the concept is dope, but sonically, it just doesn't take me there. Every time I hear Walk on Water, I'm like, okay. Like, I love it. I love Beyonce's part, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling it like that. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. And then Eminem was all over the place on that track. But I had some hope for the album. I was like, okay, maybe the album will be lit, even though Walk on Water is kind of And Revival has some cool songs on it, but as an album, it's just way too long and way too boring. And I'm shocked that Eminem really didn't bring the fire like that. I don't know. It's like Eminem's personality and talent is still kind of, it's on display. It's on wax on the Revival album, but it's just his weakest effort in terms of just that extra oomph that Eminem can always bring on a project. I don't know. It just was not there. And I wanted to talk about him in conjunction with the N.E.R.D album because it's funny. I was expecting Eminem to come out with like a hip-hop masterpiece just because I feel like Eminem is at a place in his career where this album really should have been like, because this could be Eminem's potentially last album. Potentially. So if this is his potential last album, I'm like, my brother about to come out, he about to come out the gate swinging with a dope project, and he's really going to give it to us. And on the other hand, N.E.R.D's album, I didn't really have any expectations for it because I was like, okay, listen, Lemon, even though I love the song Lemon with Rihanna, it hasn't really made that much of a, it hasn't really made that much of a wave right now in the industry. And there was like very little promo and like, awareness and hype for the N.E.R.D album. So as an N.E.R.D fan, I was excited for the album, but I also was like, I'm not gonna come in with any expectations. But surprisingly, I listened to the N.E.R.D album, No One Ever Really Dies. I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, yo, this is wild. Like, this is insane. Honestly, I think N.E.R.D's album is one of my favorite hip-hop albums of the year. Or, like, alternative hip-hop albums of the year. Like, bro, when I tell you the beats on that album, yo, Pharrell's production is insane on that album. What they're talking about, it's probably one of the most politically charged albums that's come out all year. And sometimes it does tend to like skew a little bit, like kind of corny and weird. But at the end of the day, it's still fire. At the end of the day, it's still fire. This N.E.R.D album, I bet you probably heard it, which is a shame. You need to go listen to it. It's fire. The beats on the album are fire. The plot, like what they talk about, the concepts. N.E.R.D really got to some really like hard truths about just our society in terms of race relations, government relations, just overall like just all the shit going on in our world right now. They N.E.R.D really talked about so many dope things on that album. Some of my favorite tracks off the album were Lightning, Fire, Magic Prayer, I think it was called. And that was just a dope track talking about like what would it be like if everybody in the world just put their hands up at one time and just like, you know, in solidarity and in peace, like what would happen. And that was such a cool thing to think about. And I obviously love Lemon. The track with Future 1000, that track is so dope. And the music videos that they've been putting out for this album are lit. I don't know, it's just like, this album is really dope and it's flopping. But you have Eminem coming out with a whack-ass album that's about to be the number one song in this, number one album in this country. So I just wanted to talk about those two albums. I think that relationship right there shows me exactly what's pissing me off about the music industry these days, is that, you know, an artist could come out, today and have a number one album and it could be whack as fuck, but because the album has the most eyes on it and the most kind of like hype behind it, people will instantly go out and buy it and support it, and it'll go number one. But then you have albums dropping from people who have been putting in work. N.E.R.D has been around kind of just as long as Eminem has been around. But yet, they released the album on the same week Eminem did. No one cared about it. No one knew it was out. And that album is actually one of the best albums that came out this year. Like, for real, the N.E.R.D album is one of the best albums that came out this year. It's a bop from start to finish. And that really shows me what I hate about the music industry right now. And we see that relationship all the time. And I don't know. It's like America and the world, y'all need to do better. There's no reason why Eminem should have been selling copies out the ass with this album, and it's whack. And N.E.R.D put out a dope project and no one give a fuck about it. There's no reason why that should be happening. But that's just how the world works these days with the music industry, and it's whack. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on those two albums. Moving on, I want to talk about Jeezy's album, or Young Jeezy, whatever you want to call him. Jeezy's album, I kind of like the N.E.R.D album. I didn't really have any expectations because G-Eazy, I feel like Jeezy, I don't want to say he's past his prime, but I think he's someone who I feel like he's kind of just run out of like ideas and kind of run out of steam somewhat. I want to say that. Jeezy fans, don't get mad at me, but I mean, I'm a fan of Jeezy, but I just feel like he's kind of run out of steam and run out of ideas. So anytime I hear about it, I didn't even check out Chop or Die 3. I didn't even check that album out when it came out last year, but that album went number one too. But this album, I was like, okay, let me just check it out, just to, give Jeezy the benefit of the doubt. And surprisingly, it wasn't a terrible album, but it definitely was like very kind of uninspired, and it just went through the motions. I want to say the first half of that album was whack. Besides like a few tracks, I really like, one of my favorite tracks off that album. Yeah, this Pressure album was interesting. I really like the track Spider and This Is It. But besides those two tracks, the first half of the album was whack in my opinion, but the second half of the album was actually really popping. And I really like the track Pressure. I really like the track Like Them. American Dream, I was so excited for it. Shout out to Dylan Jackson. Dylan Jackson, when he reviewed this track, I had the same reaction as him. Shout out to you, bro. Like, I heard American Dream, the track with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and I was so excited. I'm like, yo, we're about to have J. Cole and Kendrick on the same track. And then J. Cole had a fire verse, and then Kendrick was just singing on the, to outro the song. And I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? What? Kendrick, where are the bars, bro? Where are the bars? Kendrick. Jeezy, you played all of us. You're like, yeah, I'm about to have a track with Cole and Kendrick on it, but it's just about to have Cole rapping and then Kendrick singing to end the song. Whatever. So Jeezy's album was cool. I'll probably give it like a 2.5 out of 5. The Eminem album, I still need to listen to it a second time. By the way, I listened to all my albums twice just to kind of really get a good sense of every album. So I haven't listened to Eminem's album for a second time yet, but honestly I don't want to because it's just so fucking long and boring. And every song kind of sounds like the same, I don't know. But that River track with Ed Sheeran was cool though. So I know I'm all over the place, but y'all keep up with me. It's whatever. So the Eminem album, I'll probably give that album probably like a 1.5 or 2 out of 5. I don't know. The N.E.R.D album, I'll probably give it a 4 out of 5. And this Jeezy album, Pressure, I'll probably give this album a... Oh yeah, I'll probably give it a 2.5 out of 5. First half was dope. First half was whack. Second half was dope. So yeah, a lot of hip hop dropped this week. The last album that dropped that I don't want to talk about, but it did drop was the G-Eazy album. G-Eazy album. What was the album called? What was G-Eazy's album called? Fuck. That shows you how much I was not even here for G-Eazy's album like that. What was G-Eazy's album called? The Beautiful and the Damned. The Beautiful and Damned. So obviously G-Eazy has some hits out right now. No Limit is my fucking song. But honestly, what makes that song is A$AP Rocky and Cardi, not G-Eazy. I like the track with him and Halsey. Him and I, that's a cool track. I can see that being a big hit in the future. I bet you that'll be a big hit. And I also really like the track The Plan. That track needs to actually blow up because that's one of G-Eazy's like few like actually like kind of good tracks. But honestly, this album kind of reminded me of Eminem's album too. And it's funny how they're both white rappers that dropped on the same week. But both of these albums are just too long and too boring. G-Eazy's album I've also not heard a second time yet because I'm dreading listening to another again. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like putting myself through it. This album was very boring and very long. And at the end of the day, I feel like it wasn't saying anything at the end of the album. I listened to it and I at one point I kind of just started like kind of hearing it in the background of my head, and I wasn't really like actively listening to it because it was just so boring. But yeah, I don't really understand what G-Eazy was trying to say by the end of this album. But I appreciate the effort at the end of the day. You know, on the bright side, I appreciate all the effort that these albums brought to the table. But you know, it's sad how the album that's probably about to sell the least amount of units was the album that I think was the best this week, which was the N.E.R.D album. But that's music for you in 2017. Alrighty, moving on. I want to talk quickly about the Joyner Lucas song, I'm Not Racist. I know I'm really late. I already heard that song when it first dropped. I heard it a long time ago, but I never really found a way to bring it into a video, but I'm just going to talk about it now. So I really want to, hear your thoughts about that song down in the comment section. That video, one of my bros sent that video to me. Shout out to you, Jason. And I remember I watched it when I heard the white dude spitting in the in the video. It was Joyner Lucas, but when I heard the white dude rapping in the video, I was getting so tight. I was like, wait, what the, like, what's this white person talking about? Like, not even because like not because I hate white people or whatever, just because the stuff he was talking about, I was getting so defensive. I was like, yo, this white person not talking shit about how black people need to do this and we need to do that. Like, you're not about to talk shit about what? Like, but then then once the black dude in the video started rapping his stuff, it kind of made more sense and I kind of calmed down a little bit. But I wanted to talk about this song because I feel like this song was an amazing conversation starter in terms of race relations in America in general. And it was a great video, I think, to kind of outline both sides of this, of this debate and this conversation in terms of, those white people out there that think black people could be doing better at X, Y, and Z. And those black people who think white people need to, let us be and get off our backs because of X, Y, and Z reasons, in a sense. So I think that song, shout out to Joyner Lucas, the song is amazing, and I think the video was a great conversation starter. But I will agree when people have said that the black side of the argument could have been fleshed out a little bit more. I agree with that. I think a lot of stuff that the black dude was talking about in the song, or the black version of the song, it was a great addition to the debate. But I feel like the white side really kind of was able to synthesize a lot more of what white people who tend to be racist, what they think of us. But the black side didn't really flesh out, I think, that much of a rebuttal as it could have been, so that's the only critique I have of the song. But at the end of the day, I think it was a great place to start, and I hope more artists can kind of take Joyner Lucas's lead and just start making songs like this that don't really dance around the issue but really just attack it head on. I was there's not many songs come out these days where you see this, or you hear the song, or you watch the video, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? This is offending me. And then in the same video or the same song, you'd be like, oh, okay, but I get it. Okay, I'm not that mad no more. Like, it's not many songs out here that are really taking you from one side or the other, you know, that feeling so quickly and in such a crazy way. So I gotta shout out Joyner Lucas for that. I didn't really know much about him before the song dropped, but I'm following him now because I realized that he's actually an amazing rapper. And he, watching his interview on Everyday Struggle, I was just attracted to like what he's trying to bring to hip-hop and what he's trying to bring to the entertainment game in general. I just can't wait to see what he brings to the table in the future in terms of his artistic output, his ideas, you know, in film and TV as well. Like, he has ideas, and I can't wait to see what he brings to the table because he has a vision. I'm really excited to see what he brings. So let me know what y'all thought about this song down in the comment section in the video as well. I know I'm late, but I just wanted to talk about it, you know, now before it becomes extinct. But yeah, I'm definitely proud of what that song brought to the table. But I would love to see more conversation built around kind of really upping the rebuttal of the black side more. I think it's only fair, and I think it's right. And I would have loved to see what the song could have been if the black side really went there and not just kind of like you know, danced around that. So if that makes sense, but if it doesn't, let me know down in the comments. All right. So, and perfectly transitioning to the next topic, I want to talk about Joe Budden leaving Everyday Struggle. This is my last topic for this video. Guys, I'm in shock. Well, I don't know if I should say I'm in shock. Well, no, I am, because I didn't see it coming. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it coming. I kind of joined the Everyday Struggle train late. One of my boys, shout out to you, Reggie, he put me on to Everyday Struggle. And I've been enjoying it ever since I've been watching it. But I have to admit, the main reason I've been enjoying it has been because of fucking Joe Budden. Like, anybody that hates on Joe Budden, I'm sorry, but like, bro, Joe Budden be spitting nothing but the truth on Everyday Struggle. He be spitting nothing but the truth. And I'm always like, Joe, yes. When Joe Budden always says shit that no one else really want to say or that no one else really wants to admit, but he'll go there. He'll take it there. And I just love the fact that Joe Budden brings that side to Everyday Struggle that is needed. That side that's like, I'm not afraid to say the wrong thing. I'm not afraid to be politically correct. I'm just gonna say what I feel, and you're gonna deal with it. And I love that. And that show needed that. Nadeska, I love you. Shout out to you, boo. You cool. DJ Academics. I'm not gonna be one of those people that say like I'm gonna hate. I'm not gonna like hate on him crazy. You know, he's there. There could have been a lot better options to fill his spot, and I don't think he's the greatest. I don't like, if he left the show, I think the show would be different. Obviously the vibe would be different, but I think the show would be able to survive. But I don't know how the hell Everyday Struggle is going to continue without Joe Budden. And not even that, but I don't know how well it's going to do without Joe Budden. And I also don't know if the vibe will be just as good without Joe Budden. Like I said, I'm shocked that Joe Budden's leaving, but I really would love to know, like, what is all the shit going on behind the scenes that made him leave? Like, what's going on behind the scenes? I really want to know, like, what's going on behind the scenes. Joe Budden, we gonna miss you, bro. I hope you're using this opportunity to, you know, just advance your own podcast channel, which I don't check out that much, but I probably will start checking it out more because I always love what Joe has to say. So I hope, like I said, I hope this will be a platform for him to continue to advance his own podcast or to start coming up with some other programming ideas, because Joe Budden is a great guy in media, and I think we need him. Like, he's definitely a great voice right now in terms of, you know, black and just hip-hop media in general. Like, he's definitely a voice that we need. So I don't know how Everyday Struggle is going to do. I don't know how it's going to continue in 2018. I wish the best for Complex News, and I wish the best for Everyday Struggle. But yeah, y'all took a major L by letting go Joe Budden. Or if Joe Budden left, he gave you guys a major L by him leaving, because I don't think the vibe will not be the same. And whether they get a permanent host to replace him, or whether they just keep on getting, like, you know, temporary guests to fill his spot, it will not be the same. And I don't think the same magic will be there. I personally love it when it's all three of them there and another guest on. That's my favorite type of format. So with Joe out the picture, I don't know how that's going to continue, but You know, but like I said, best of luck to Everyday Struggle. But that's all I want to talk about with that, all right? But alrighty, guys, so the video I just did for you guys was my first episode for The Drop, which is a new series I want to do for my channel where I kind of just talk about a lot of different things in one video instead of kind of just talking about one album or one topic. I'm still going to have all those videos in my channel, but I kind of wanted to start this new series as a way to kind of just, if I don't want to flesh out an entire album, or if I want to talk about a lot of different things, this is where I'll do it. So I'm gonna call it The Drop. I'm gonna talk about new albums dropping, new songs dropping that I don't want to do a full review on, and just other topics in the music industry that I want to touch on, or just in the entertainment industry in general. Okay. So let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this video. Let me know what you thought about Eminem's album, all the albums that dropped this week. Eminem's album, N.E.R.D's album, Jeezy's album, G-Eazy's album. Let me know what you think about the I'm Not Racist song by Joyner, and let me know what you think about Joe Budden leaving Everyday Struggle, okay? Let me know if you guys agree with my thoughts, or if you disagreed. I'd love to hear all of it, okay? Leave all your thoughts down in the comment section, okay? And if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and click that like button right there, or right there. Click the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, okay? Subscribe. Alright guys, but I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for watching another episode of On the Bright Side. And this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid, and I am signing off.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have